This is one of a series of videos from the People's Trust for Endangered Species on practical orchard skills. In this one, we deal with how to graft fruit trees using the whip and tongue method.
I'm going to show you how to bench graft, which is how you propagate a new fruit tree using scion material and rootstock. We normally do this in the late winter or early spring, and to do this you're going to need a sharp knife, some clean sharp secateurs, some grafting tape. This is polythene based, a little bit like freezer bags. You can actually use chopped up freezer bags if you don't have any grafting tape. Some grafting wax melting over a candle here, some dormant scion material. Now either collect this from a tree of a known variety that you want to propagate, or from a favourite tree in your orchard or back garden, and some rootstocks. We're going to graft the scion material to the rootstocks using the whip and tongue method. To do the whip and tongue grafts, you want to make a slanting cut through your scion material and a matching slanting cut through your rootstock, both with tongue cuts in them as well. The idea is that you interlock the tongue cuts, which will hold the graft fast and maximise the amount of cambium contact that you get. The cambium layer is the layer just below the bark, between the bark and the wood, and this is the layer of active growth. So it's really, really important to match up the cambium layer of your scion material and your rootstock, because this is what will heal the graft and create the union.
Firstly, trim the base of your scion wood, as this bit will have dried out. Then make a slanting cut at the base end of your scion, right the way through. Try to do this in one cut, as that gives a clean, flat cut surface. Don't worry if you don't get the cut right first time, it's absolutely fine to do it again. Then carefully cut in a tongue. This cut can be quite tricky, so make sure you lock your thumbs in case the knife slips, and instead of putting too much pressure on the knife, wiggle or rock the knife through. Make a similar slanting cut on your rootstock, and then check that it matches the one on the scion wood. You can make adjustments to this cut to make sure you get a good fit. When you're happy that the two cut surfaces match up, you can put in a tongue cut like you did with the scion wood. It's best to use scion wood that's the same diameter as the rootstock, but this isn't always possible. If they vary in size, then you can modify your cuts and your graft accordingly. Here, the rootstock is larger than the scion material, so the cut to the rootstock doesn't go all the way through, but instead is slightly to the side. This means that we can create a cut that mirrors the one on the scion material. This is called a modified whip and tongue graft.
Next, we need to bind the graft that we've made with grafting tape. This both keeps the cambium layers pulled together and stops the graft losing any moisture. Then we need to seal any other cut surfaces that we've made with grafting wax, pot it and label it.
It can take a couple of weeks or months for the graft to heal, but once the top bud has grown an inch or so, you can be happy that the graft is taken. Don't worry if you get any failed grafts. If you plant out the rootstock, they should survive. This means you can bud graft to them in the summer, or give another go bench grafting next winter or spring.
So this is our new tree, labelled with the variety so that we don't forget what it is. Keep it in a pot for at least a year before planting it out. If you keep it in a pot any longer than that, it's definitely worth potting it up.
For more information about grafting and other instructional guides, see the website at www.ptes.org/orchards.